How do I disable input fields in HTML forms? Breaking news for web developers. A hot topic right now is how to disable input fields in HTML forms. If you are creating a web page and need to control user input, this is essential information. With the growing demand for user-friendly interfaces, understanding this feature can make your forms more effective. Let's break it down in simple terms. To disable input fields in HTML forms, you use the disabled attribute directly on the input element. This attribute makes the input field uneditable and prevents users from interacting with it. For example, if you write input type is equal to text disabled, that input field will appear grayed out and cannot be typed into or selected. The disabled attribute is a Boolean attribute, meaning that just including it will disable the field. This is straightforward and easy to implement for beginners. It is important to note that disabled fields do not send their values when the form is submitted. This can be useful if you want to keep certain data from being processed. You can disable various types of inputs, including text fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, dropdowns, and buttons. This flexibility allows you to manage user interactions effectively. If you need to enable the field again, simply remove the disabled attribute. For those who want to manage input fields dynamically, JavaScript can help. You can disable or enable fields by setting the disabled property. For instance, document, getElementById, my input. Disabled is equal to true will disable the input, while document, getElementById, input. Disabled is equal to false will enable it again. This is particularly useful from validation or controlling input based on user actions. A common use case is disabling a submit button until all required fields are filled. You can check the input values and toggle the button's disabled property accordingly. This ensures that users cannot submit incomplete forms. In summary, disabling input fields in HTML forms is done by adding the disabled attribute to the input elements. This prevents user interaction and excludes the input from submission. Whether you are working on a simple form or a more complex web application, mastering this technique can greatly improve user experience.